to a savage.
What's up, guys? So we're going to do a little bit of a leg commentary here. So I'm just going to take you through my leg day. So we start off with the leg press. The way I'm doing the leg press here is I have my feet kind of more narrow. I don't have them like wide or like too high up on the platform. They're just kind of like in the middle and they're narrow. Basically, this is going to try and help target like your outer quads. So I've got fairly decent quads to begin with, so I don't usually do a lot of quad work. I have 0 hamstrings. They're decently strong, but I have 0 hamstrings, so I do a lot of quad work. So I do my quad work at the beginning, tire them out, so I can do my hamstring stuff after. So we're doing leg extensions next. Leg extensions target your quads. They are basically just a quad exercise. So I do them first, so it's called pre-fatigue, so I can fatigue them so that they don't take over when I try and do more hamstring focus exercises like what we're about to do next. So next here we have a reverse hack squat. So when you do a reverse hack squat, you basically just want to focus on basically like putting your hips back, pushing your butt way out towards the end, and then squeeze at the top, guys. All that ugly, but you gotta do it. That's how you get a good booty. So make sure you do that squeeze at the top. That's how you get it. Push through your heels, not your toes. So at the back of your foot, concentrate on using your glutes to do this, guys. If you do it and you aren't focusing on your heel, lighten the weight so that you can focus on pushing through your heel, because you're gonna feel it so much more in your glutes and you're gonna get a way better contraction. So do that ugly squeeze at the top and go through your heels. That's how you're going to get that good contraction, guys. So next up, we have hamstring curls. So here I showed this footage because it just stresses the importance of like moving the machine to a good position for you. I moved the seat. I moved the part where my heels are. If you don't have it in the right spot, you're not going to be able to feel it in the right spot. Hamstrings are a hard thing for a lot of people, especially the people like me who are quad dominant, to actually feel. Your calves also can take over this movement. If you ever notice you go too heavy on a hamstring curl and you start feeling it in your calves and you're like, what am I doing? This is not what I want. Your calves also attach at your knee. Just one of them does. There's 2 muscles there, but just one of them attaches at your knee. And you'll start to feel it there if you're not doing it properly. So doing it properly, having everything adjusted so that you can do it and feel it in your hamstrings is going to be key. Lightening that weight and actually feeling it where you need to feel it is going to be way, way better for you than if you were to go as heavy as you possibly can. Because I can do way more. I think I'm doing 40 pounds here, guys. I can do way more than 40 pounds, but not for 3 sets of 15 reps and not actually feeling it in my hamstrings for every single rep of that. So because I'm trying to grow my hamstrings, I am 100% wanting to feel it there. And my calves have been super tight and sore lately, guys. I killed them a little while ago doing too many calf presses, and they have not recovered since. So I'm going to stretch those guys out. I foam roll them all the time. And that's why I'm lightening the weight here so that they don't take over for these movements, because I want to grow my hamstrings. What do we got next? Glute kickbacks. So the key with these guys, you'll notice how I'm standing more upright. If you see girls at the gym doing these, they do them a lot with the cable machines. We just happen to have one of these fancy machines. I love doing them with cables too, but when you do them, the more bent your upper torso is, and like the more bent over you are, the farther back you're going to have to kick your leg to get that full extension, and you're going to take up a ton of space, which if you're doing it with a cable machine, that's like the only way to do it. But with this guy, you'll notice that my leg just ends up being just barely behind me, but you're still getting that full contraction. Your leg is not able to hyperextend farther back than you want it to, so it just goes back just barely farther than my supporting leg, and you feel a full contraction in that glute, and this makes you sore, guys. This is not good times. You'll see my support leg starts like wobbling. I'm not down for this. But it's a fantastic machine if you have one of these. You can also do like hip abductions on them, and they're awesome. I just use it for this because it's super convenient. And then I'm not taking up a ton of space on the cable machines if it's busy. So this was kind of nice to get in. And then I left this part in. I do superset it, guys. Unfortunately. So I superset it with sumo squats. I'm just holding a 25-pound plate because the dumbbells in this gym are like way far at the back side of this gym, and I didn't want to like have to carry over like a dumbbell, and then if somebody wanted it, whatever. And there's a squat rack right behind me, so I just stole a 25-pound plate. So sumo squats are going to target more of your like adductors and your glutes and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have a lot of tightness in my lower body. My muscles are not super happy with me on this day, so my sumo squats don't go as deep as they should, but it still gets the job done. Next up, these guys are Smith machine lunges. So these are fantastic because you can put some weight back into the bar. So I always do them on the Smith machine, and you get to feel that in your glute. It should only be on the front leg that you are feeling this. If you're feeling it in the quad of your back leg, you need to move your leg further towards your body. Like you see here, like my leg's not that far away from my other leg, because I have tight quads and I had to feel it where I wanted to feel it, and you'll feel this in your glutes like nobody's business. If you're just using your glute to squeeze that up, it hurts so bad. All right. These are Romanian deadlifts, stiff-legged deadlifts, whatever you want to call them. I'm using a 60-pound barbell here. And the key with these, it's hard to think of it, but you have to think of it as like a horizontal movement versus a vertical movement. And what I mean by that is horizontal movement is you are pushing your hips back. You are not just lowering the bar down in front of you. You are pushing your hips back and bringing them forward again, pushing them back and bringing them forward. So you don't necessarily need to take the bar all the way to the floor. If you notice when I do it, I have a couple of clips here. I showed another angle so you can see what I mean. I only lower it to like just below my knees. I don't lower the bar all the way to the floor. I feel a good stretch in my hamstrings, and I push my hips back as far as I can. If I push them back any farther, I end up like rocking back onto my heels and tipping over. So you need to push back until you get that stretch in your hamstrings, and boy, will you feel the stretch if you're pushing your hips back far enough. And you'll feel it more in your hamstrings. If you want to feel it in your glutes, you're going to have to do the movement slightly differently, position your feet differently, things like that, and make sure you squeeze your butt at the top. I'm more so doing this to target my hamstrings. As you can see, I have glutes. I do not have hamstrings, so I need some hamstrings. So I do the movement the way I do it to target my hamstrings specifically. So push them hips back and you got it done. Here, I'm showing you my tiny little hives that I get all over my back because it's freaking hot in the gym, and yeah, I'm allergic to life. So it's good times. They don't have the air conditioning up high enough for how hot it's been outside, and our gym is full of windows. As you can see here, like there's lots of sunlight coming in. I'm just doing 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then I do some ab work at the end. I don't do a lot of ab work, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It's my least favorite thing to work. I absolutely hate it. This is probably like my third set of these, and I literally die, so I don't even think I do them all in a row. Like, I actually die. Do I do them all in a row? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have more commentaries soon, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.